Hello, one and all, and welcome to my proving grounds. Now, we are in command prompt running as administrator. For this, you do need to be logged in as an administrator or just run command prompt as an administrator. What I'm talking about is we are about to disable default admin shares. Now, there's a lot of good reasons why. There's a really long script, but it basically revolves around a registry modification. So let me just put the script up here where you guys can read it, and you'll have a general idea what I'm talking about here. This is a headache. I really don't like messing with registries unless I have to, but the registry modification is we're going to do an add. And this is our path. I mean, we could literally go into the GUI and follow the path, but I really don't want to look for it. This is it. You're going to go into services under this LanmanServer and go to the parameters. This AutoShareWks. This is what will create default admin shares that can be accessed over a network. Now, this is where cybersecurity and network administrators are going to bump heads. There are a lot of third-party applications that will use services and will require some of these admin shares over a network, especially an enterprise setup. But from a security perspective, especially if you're running a home lab or a very small lab, or this is a startup, you pretty much want to make sure that some of these things are locked up tight. Now, the breakdown. You already know the reg add is a modification entry. Now you know the path. You know that the auto share works is specifically the value name for those shares, or at least to affect it. Now, the T is going to set our data type under the D word. Now, that D0, that's what we want. 0 means off. That's going to turn it off, and that's great. If you want to reverse it on the same script, just change that to a 1, and you just undid everything that I'm talking about. That F is just to force it. Now, we already talked about some of the security implications. And also, this can affect other things other than just third-party applications, remote admin tools. So it's not just affecting applications that affect business operations, but it also affects your IT department's ability to do their job. So take that into consideration. Now, any of this stuff is going to require you to do a reboot on the system. I mean, there are other options. You can go and mess around with the group policies. That could do the job for you. Now, if you want to actually just confirm that it works in command prompt, all you have to do is just type net share. It'll give you an idea. Now, this is relatively clean system. I don't care if I mess it up because I can just reinstall Windows. No big deal. So, if we go here, actually, before we mess with that, let's just take a look at the net share and see what we have. That's what we got. See, these are our shares. Now, if we affect this and do that reg add or modification, it's a lot of typing. That's why I'm doing a lot of cut and paste here. Operation completed successfully. Now, go back to net share. Take a look. What does it look like here? Looks like it didn't work for me. So I'm going to have to actually take a look into this and see another way to confirm whether or not this thing has been disabled. Possibly I'm going to have to go in with another system and log into it and see if I can actually access these shares. That's a better way in order to be able to confirm it. It'd just be the Nesha is just showing me this, or I haven't expanded on the command in order to give me a better idea what I'm dealing with here. That's my bad. I'll look into that. But the general idea of this conversation is we're going to be messing with the registry. If I really wanted to undo what I did, I would just change to a 1. That's it. Now, remember, before you start messing with something like this, make sure you got permission of whoever owns the network and whoever owns that computer if it's not yours. And with that, good night.